My ex-wife Myra and I used to enjoy going to the Everglades for kayaking and fishing. We'd go to the Loxahatchee section of the Everglades right on the Palm Beach County, Broward County line at the end of Loxahatchee Road. There were two adjoining boat ramps which we used to either launch our kayaks or fish. One day we caught a half a dozen largemouth bass within about 20 minutes. They were shorts, so we threw them back. Still fun to catch. I had taught Myra my alligator call, which had worked successfully for me many times before. One day, we spotted an alligator swimming along the opposite side of the canal we were fishing, and Myra did the call. The alligator stopped dead, turned toward us, swam across the canal, and came right up to our feet. He stayed right there the rest of the day. Needless to say, we kept a close eye on him while we fished. At the end of the day, I had some bait fish left over, so I thought, why not have some fun and toss them to our alligator? He loved them. Myra named our alligator Allie, and every time we went fishing and went to that spot in the Everglades, Allie would show up. He would do the same routine. He'd come right up to the shore, put his snout on the land, and just lay there and watch us. The spot where we fished had two boat ramps about 30 to 40 feet apart, and sometimes we'd be fishing on one and not getting any action, and we'd walk over and try the other one. When we did, Allie swam over, came over, and watched us at that end. This happened 6 or 7 times that we went fishing in that area. We kept seeing the same alligator coming up to us. He knew us and he was looking for food, I guess. Here's where the adventure began. One day we were fishing on one side, on one ramp, and there wasn't much action. So I decided to walk across the tall grass to the other ramp and fish there, give it a shot. Myra wanted to stay where she was, so she did. The alligator was on her side. Okay, that sets the stage. So I'm fishing away, not getting anything over on my side either, not doing very well. And I hear Myra scream. Holy crap, I look over and Allie had jumped up out of the water and was running up the ramp after her. She's running like mad. I'm running like mad trying to get over there. All I have is a fishing rod in my hand, but I figure I'll beat him in the head. I'm not gonna let him eat my wife and damage her. If I can help it, I'll jump in front of her and see what I can do to help. So I'm not quite there yet, and she stumbles and falls. Oh my God, what's gonna happen now? Well, when she stopped, Allie stopped. Apparently it was just a chasing game to him. So when she stopped, he stopped, and that was the end of it. I went over there and I made some noise, yelling and screaming, and he ran back in the water. That was the end of that story. Up until that time, we had been using our tandem inflatable kayak, and it served us well. Many a good time in the Everglades with it, and on the Intracoastal and other miscellaneous canals we used it on. But as we grew more experienced, we noticed how much faster the hardshell kayaks were. I decided we would get a tandem hardshell, but Myra felt she wanted to be more independent and have her own kayak. So we got 2 kayaks, one for her and one for
Hi,
me.
Mike.
Hi, baby.
Are you having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a ball.
You look awesome.
Thank you. That's enough, probably.
Bye, Mike. Bye. Bye, Mike. Bye.
After we had our 2 hardshell kayaks, we had another little adventure. We went a little further north. This is about halfway between the Loxahatchee Reserve and the 20-mile bend in the Everglades, about halfway between in Palm Beach County. I don't remember the name of the entrance, but there was a spot where we could get into the Everglades there, and that's where we went. A friend of ours had become interested in kayaks and bought one just like Myra's, so we were getting her initiated and showing her how to paddle and how to get in and out of her kayak and so on. She was with us for a couple of hours, and it was time for her to go home, and she left. We were still there, and we wanted to kayak a little more, and this park had a path, a water path, a canoeing and kayaking path through the Everglades, through very tall sawgrass. There was a canal cut about 15 feet wide that you could paddle through. It was a 5-mile loop. So we decided we wanted to do it. Our friend had gone, she had gone home, so we decided we were going to do it. Myra's ahead of me paddling away at a nice relaxed pace. I'm about 30 or 40 feet behind her and I'm paddling. It's very quiet, so we're able to converse. A very nice time we're having. After about 10 minutes of paddling, I see Myra starting to paddle like a maniac. I mean, boom, 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 saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Now I figured what could be going on. I actually did guess that it was probably something to do with an alligator. So I kept paddling on up to see what was going on. Well, up on the right, on the sawgrass, where we had it mashed down, there was no land there, it was just sawgrass. This giant alligator. Now, I know whatever I say you're gonna think is an exaggeration. Sucker had to be 20 feet long. It was the biggest freaking alligator I ever saw in my life. Was perched, sunning on top of the crushed down sawgrass on the side of the canal. Right there. Not bothering anybody, but big as can be. Now here's the problem. I figured even if he didn't want to be aggressive, he was so big and heavy, if he just fell into the water next to our kayaks, he'd swamp us. So anyway, Myra's now gone. I'm up on this thing, and I can just give you a couple of examples of size. The part where the tail joined the body was right next to my face, I'm looking at it, was about 16 inches high. As I paddled a little more and I got up to the head was about 4 feet long. This is a big mother of an alligator. I couldn't believe the size of it. And I disappointed myself as not showing my normal bravery and aplomb. I kept paddling. And what I really should have done is stopped and taken a picture. I didn't do it. Anyway, I paddled up some more. I got alongside of Myra. We discussed it. Holy crap, did you see that? Oh, of course I saw it. Look at the size of the thing. How could you miss it? So we go up, we keep paddling, we go up. We get about to the halfway point, which had a marker. It told you it was the halfway point, and it was starting to get dark. So we figured we'd better paddle back. I said to Myra, I was disappointed in myself and my own lack of bravery. This time I'm going to stop and take a picture. Well, when we get back to the spot where he wasn't there anymore. But we had passed two young ladies in a tandem kayak coming toward us, and they said, "Holy mackerel, you should have seen the size of the alligator we just saw in the water. Big mother, holy crap, what an alligator." So we figured that was our buddy. Anyway, that was that adventure.